Welcome to Marvel Brain Rot. This is a series where we talk about the quotes, references, and general fandom quirks that have been brought about by the Marvel movies. If you're new to Marvel, this is a great way to catch up on the fandom experience. In this video, we are covering Captain America: First Avenger, Thor: The Dark World, and Iron Man 3. Yes, I know what you're thinking, the 2012 Avengers should be in this video, but as I was writing down all of the different quirks and references that came from that movie, I realized it's going to have to be its own video, so more to come. But diving into Captain America: The First Avenger. Obviously, this movie is the origin of...
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
I can do this all day.
I will also say that...
I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from.
...is kind of an empowering theme throughout Cap's journey. Also, kind of something that the fandom really, latched onto is that this scene...
Taller.
You look taller.
...was apparently accidentally improvised by Haley Atwell. Which... Mood. Also, we get this brief glimpse of Steve Rogers with a sketch pad where he has been doing a couple of different drawings, just kind of to get out his emotions, and fanfic writers really ran with that. So you will find a lot of fanfiction, especially in the early Avengers days, in which Steve Rogers really leans into his artistic side. This may be the first movie ever that turned fondue into a euphemism. For example,
Too much of a hurry, I thought we could stop off in Lucerne for a late-night fondue.
So are you two? Do you... fondue?
Steve's inability to understand women is like a consistent theme. There's also plenty of fodder for the Stucky fans, which is Steve and Bucky fans, in this movie, but I feel like that's its own deep dive. On to Iron Man 3, which is the first completed trilogy of the Marvel franchise. This movie is the origin of...
Jarvis, drop my needle.
Which you may have heard at the beginning of a couple of different, Marvel character-inspired video montages on TikTok. Also, the dance that he does right after that has, also become a thing in the Marvel fandom. Another fun fandom debate, Iron Man 3 arguably could be considered a Christmas movie, depending on your criteria for a Christmas movie. In this movie, we're introduced to the Mandarin, but later find out that this character is not the actual person who has that title, in the Marvel universe. But the guy who takes on the role of the Mandarin is an actor. His name is Trevor, and he surprisingly does come back later. He also has this great line.
Should have pressed the panic button.
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it.
Which, should have been my senior quote in high school, to be honest. The character of Harley is introduced. He is a kid that kind of stumbles upon Tony Stark while he is on the run, and helps him out a little bit. He's a very smart kid, and they have this kind of bond that they develop. A lot of it which is just banter about Harley's dad, such as...
Dad went to 7-Eleven to get scratchers. I guess he won because that was 6 years ago.
Which happens, dads leave, no need to be a pussy about it. Here's what I need.
And then later, a similar kind of back and forth between them, which is...
I'm sorry, kid. You did good.
So now you're just gonna leave me here, like my dad?
Yeah. Wait, you're guilt-tripping me, aren't you?
I'm cold.
I can tell. You know how I can tell? Because we're connected.
We do find out some secrets in the Marvel Universe, such as Rhodey's password, which is...
War Machine rocks with an X, all caps.
This movie also has probably one of the most relatable, hired henchman moments, which is...
Honestly, I hate working here. They are so weird.
So fair. Hey, did you know that the entire, ship sequence was filmed in North Carolina? It is important to me that everyone knows that. That is my Viggo Mortensen broke his toe fact that I have to tell people. Tony blows up all of his suits at the end of the movie, supposedly to kind of show Pepper that he's not going to be distracted anymore and really focus on his health and on their relationship. That unfortunately does come back in a not great way. On to Thor: The Dark World, where we get the return of...
Darcy? Jane!
Yeah.
Sylvie!
Again, I'll state this is not one of the most beloved movies within the fandom, but Loki's looking pretty good. Even when he's in mourning. We also get confirmation, obviously, that Loki is a mama's boy. Unfortunately, he kind of inadvertently pointed the person who unalived her in the correct direction. So, there's a lot of guilt there. They also have a very lovely, like, Tangled style funeral for Frigga, and don't invite Loki or let him know until after. And I'm obviously still bitter. We do find out that Eric Selvin went a little bit bananas after the Loki brainwashing. Totally fair. And so he ends up in kind of this, like, assisted living facility where he's still going on rants about space and astronomy and things like that. And he gets to facilitate a really funny Stan Lee cameo, which is...
The alignment and all the other worlds would just pass us by. Any questions?
Yeah, can I have my shoe back?
Easily the best scene in the movie, however, is when Loki is trying to demonstrate that they could sneak out of Asgard in some form of disguise because he can easily manipulate what people see. And of course, he has to include some of Thor's new friends. So we get this scene.
Perhaps you prefer one of your new companions, given that you seem to like them so much.
Oh, this is much better. Whoa. Costume's a bit much. So tight. But the confidence, I can feel the righteousness surging.
Hey, want to have a rousing discussion about truth, honor, patriotism? God bless them!
One of the best, like, kind of behind-the-scenes moments of that is that in order to get that shot and kind of fully embrace that this is Loki doing the character of Captain America, they had Tom Hiddleston dress in the Captain America suit, so you can see some behind-the-scenes there, and perform as if he is Captain America. And then Chris Evans had to come in and watch Tom Hiddleston's take on it and do the exact same thing. And so Chris Evans was like, I try not to be that over the top about it. Overall, Loki just has some incredible lines throughout this movie, including...
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help.
Loki movie, that's all I gotta say. This is like a Marvel fandom quirk. Like, in some scenarios, I don't think anyone else would have thought too much about this, but when Thor goes to Earth, he hangs up Mjolnir on a coat rack, and so there was this whole, like, Marvel fandom discussion about, is the coat rack therefore worthy? I don't know why we do that. Once again, we get the question of, did Loki survive this? I will say I cried. However, later we find out...
No. Thank you.
So it's like, why do I even ask the question anymore? Another fun Marvel behind the scenes moment is that at the very end credits scene of this film, when Thor is reuniting with Jane back on Earth, Natalie Portman actually wasn't available for the kiss scene when they were filming it, and so they asked Chris Hemsworth, like, hey, who do you want to stand in for that? And his wife stood in for the kiss scene, which is very cute. So another, like, fun Marvel fact. So let me know in the comments if there was any big fandom moments that I missed from those three movies. As mentioned before, the 2012 Avengers movie will be the sole focus of the next video, and I am very excited about it. Excited to hear your thoughts in the comments, and follow for more of these videos.